I'm Michael Bray, founder of Passion Vines Wine and Spirit Company, and you're watching South Jersey Business with Joe Molyneux.
Welcome to South Jersey Business with Joe Molyneux. Thank you for joining us as we share information, tips, and techniques that can make our business community and your business more successful. Thank you to Stockton University for the opportunity to produce a show focusing on business in South Jersey. On today's program, we will talk with Michael Bray, founder of Passion Vines Wine and Spirits Company with locations in Somers Point and Egg Harbor Township. Michael will share his entrepreneurial work ethic as well as his experience and knowledge of business. I've known Michael since he started Passion Vines, and I have watched him build a brand and a business that conveys a passion for products and services, as well as a commitment to the highest level of customer experience. Michael Bray is also a champion of his regional community. He supports many organizations, including one very special group that seems to hit the right notes year after year. Stay tuned for our conversation with Michael Bray, founder of Passion Vines Wine and Spirits Company, as he serves up a perfect blend of business talk and more on South Jersey Business with Joe Molyneux. Welcome back to business. Thanks for joining South Jersey Business with me, Joe Molyneux. Please welcome our guest, founder of Passion Vines Wine and Spirit Company, Michael Bray. Michael, thanks for joining us on South Jersey Business.
Thanks for having me, Joe.
Well, let's just jump right into it. Your entrepreneurial journey. You graduated college in 2001. You opened Passion Vines in 2004. What occurred during those 3 years that got you ready for business ownership or pushed you in that direction?
Sure. I always bring it back to sort of the dinner table MBA, as I call it. And I was fortunate enough to grow up at a dinner table with a mom and a dad who really had a focus on business and entrepreneurialism. So from there, I graduated and went to work with a group of entrepreneurs, which again really planted another seed yet to be my own boss and just to take action on what became my passion. And there was an opportunity with Point Pub Liquors located in Somers Point, New Jersey. And I went, just jumped in head first, knew nothing about the product, but knew a lot about people and just business. And that's really how I got started.
Well, you had an opportunity to rebrand and rename that business. So how did you land on Passion Vines?
Sure. So I always say years 1 and 2, we focused on friendliness and cleanliness. I knew how to smile and I knew how to clean. By year 3, I call it the wine bug. And, it's wine itself is a magical thing. And so we hit the drawing board and went through a lot of different exercises on what wine meant to us. Ultimately, passion is something I kept coming back to. I think passion is something you need for any sustainable business. And to me, I couldn't escape the word. And when I thought about sort of where wine comes from, it's the terroir, which is sanctity of place, but ultimately it's the vines, right? And so I really wanted to get to the root of this thing that we really ended up falling in love with. So hence Passion Vines.
That's a great description of how you came up with the name. Probably the best I've heard so far about a business name. You mentioned earlier in the conversation that you purchased an existing business. How was purchasing an existing business beneficial?
Sure. I always say that purchasing an existing business is 100 times easier than starting a new one. There is no doubt, when you have systems in place and when there is cash flow in place, as long as you do your due diligence on the business and have passion for the business, that it's going to be an easier ride. And as you know, we also opened up Passion Vines EHT, which was a brand new business. So while it's not a new business in terms of an industry, it was a business from the ground up. And so I sort of, I cut my teeth on both ends. And in the end, what I would say is, and what we look for now, is existing businesses to purchase.
That's great. So, well, I guess I have to ask the flip side of the question. It sounds like it was very beneficial and it was a model that you want to replicate, but were there any challenges along the way in buying an existing business?
Always challenges, right? But
Yeah.
which is why I say I always begin with passion, right? Because ultimately there will be challenges no matter what business or industry you choose, and those challenges will only be endured if there is a great deal of passion. So, yeah, there were. I mean, culturally speaking, when you buy a business, you're buying a culture, and every leader gets the culture they deserve. And so over time, we just began to move the needle in a direction that we were proud of internally as a team, and then ultimately in such a way that we were able to connect with the community in a larger way.
Your industry is highly regulated, from the production of the products you sell through the distribution and ultimately through the sales that you undertake with your clients.
Sure.
Is that a blessing or a curse?
Both. It's a blessing and a curse. I would say that our industry has a high barrier to entry in terms of liquor licenses, right? So you can't just go out and start or open a liquor store. You need a liquor license. That liquor license is dependent upon population. And once you figure that out and it becomes available, then you need a decent amount of liquid to purchase the license. So that keeps competition out.
Yeah.
So once you're in, that's a good thing. However, on the inside, there are some laws that don't make a lot of sense. And so you follow them because it is the law, and how we do business is important to us.
Sure.
But sometimes they don't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So,
Well, listen, I want to thank you for this first session and the passion that you've shown. You've given us some background, some insight into how you do what you do. And we're going to continue this conversation in just a couple minutes.
great.
We'll be right back with more business talk with Michael Bray, founder of Passion Vines Wine and Spirit Company. We are back with Michael Bray, founder of Passion Vines Wine and Spirit Company. Michael, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
How do you define success?
Whew. It's a great question, and one that needs a little bit of context. What I would say is that on a micro level, success within our organization is such that, are we fulfilling our mission and our vision? And so we have a detailed vision and mission to which we talk about extensively inside the organization, and so we're always comparing our actions against it. And are we on course or are we off course?
Yeah, the measurement. I think that's perfect for success. That's the best way to define it, have a measurement and define. Right. That's great. Speaking of success, you mentioned a little earlier in the show that you opened a second location out in Egg Harbor Township, which is a beautiful site, and you really grew into the building. But what kind of thought process did you go through to be able to say, was the timing right? Was it an important decision to make? And ultimately, how did you make that decision to grow into the new location?
Sure. So we launched in 2010 in EHT, and that was, as you mentioned, our second location. I wish I could say there was a ton of strategy. There wasn't. There was a lot of gut and just passionate instinct. And what I knew was this, that we started to build a team that loved to serve and that loved our product. And what I knew was that if we ever had the opportunity to expand our footprint, that we would seize it. And an opportunity came up for a brand new license. We acquired it and then went on the hunt to find the location. And since then, here we are.
Yeah. Year after year, year over year, you've basically grown into that building. The facility is beautiful. The design, the flow, it really is well laid out. It's a pleasure to shop in a store like that.
Thank you.
You mentioned team members during the answer to the last question, and that was a question I had for you. You have a very dynamic and experienced team of people, and they continue to learn and share their knowledge with people. How do you continue to manage that group, and also how do you continue to find and hire such quality employees?
Yeah, right. I mean, that is the secret sauce to any organization, and culturally speaking, there's nothing more important than the people within an organization. I think it starts with leadership, ultimately. I think the chokehold on any business is the psychology of the leader. So first and foremost, for us, we define that hiring and training of our team members there is nothing more important. It actually, customers might get upset with me, but our team comes before the customer. Without us and without us managing ourselves correctly, there's no way we can meet the needs of the customer. So we go through extensive hiring and training, and it's ongoing. A lot of businesses look at training as sort of a one and done, but to us, it's a type of continuing education looked at from a servant leadership mentality of where are you today, where do you want to go tomorrow, and what can we do to close the gap? And that is just a constant and never-ending pursuit.
Yeah, that's a cultural setting tone too. I love it
Absolutely.
for your business. Let's switch gears just a little bit. 13 years. Over 13 years you've been running a business. And during that same time, because I know you personally, you've also built a family. Your wife Kimberly, your son Dylan, your daughter Jocelyn. How do you balance the needs of the business with the needs of a growing family?
Yeah. Well, I wish I could tell you that that I'm imbalanced. Sometimes I don't know the answer to that. You know, I don't know that I figured it out. What I can tell you that helps is being mindful of it and having friends like you ask me, how do you do it? And it makes me reflect. However, you know, I think what helps is that you don't wear a mask.
Yeah.
You don't have your work face and your home face, because that's exhausting. For me, what I do at work and who I am at work is who I am and what I do at home. And granted, I have a different boss at home, a different leadership than I do in the workplace, because there's different results and goals. However, it's me through and through, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And thankfully, I have a wife and family that respects that.
That was Michael Bray, founder of Passion Vines Wine and Spirit Company with locations in Summers Point and Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. We'll be right back with more South Jersey Business. As you are aware, management, marketing, money, and media are the essential parts of any business. And when you are passionate about the products you sell and the people you sell them to, then you need to have a passion about all four M's. So it's time for the M4 Big Money question. Michael, let's jump right into that first M. Let's talk about your management style.
My management style, I would say it's hard for me to talk about management without leaning into leadership. You know, I think not every manager is a leader, but I think every effective manager is a great leader. And so I'd like to, you know, I consider myself a leader with a servant leadership mentality, where I'm constantly looking for ways to tap the potential of those people around me.
Your business is known, and you're personally known as a very creative marketer. So let's throw marketing into that. What sort of methods of marketing do you use to be so successful in marketing?
Sure. You know, listen, I think marketing is just meeting the needs of your clients and customers, right? So there's a lot of vehicles to do that, whether it's print or digital, social media now, obviously taking the lion's share. But you know, we use it all. You know, I think there's not one tool that we rely on to get the job done. I think there's so many unique customers out there, and it really depends on sort of what demographic you're in to really meet their needs.
And a lot of your marketing is that face-to-face personalized service. I think you put a lot of stock in that, and that flourishes within your business model.
No question. Listen, at the end of the day, like our ability to connect our passion with yours is what it's all about. And while you can do that on a video screen, there's nothing better than eye to eye.
Absolutely. Management, marketing, I guess we're up to money. You want to talk a little bit about the money?
Money. You know, listen, I'm all for passion, but let's not forget the profits, right? And what I'll say to money is, you know, the number one goal of any business is to make money. You have a humanistic responsibility to make a profit, because inherently, if you have the right people, ultimately, they are going to want more. And it's more development, greater responsibility, and in the end, let's face it, we also would all love more money. So I think, you know, listen, I'm not one to spend a lot of time focusing on it because I think it's also a natural byproduct, but you have to be responsible.
Absolutely. You touched on media under marketing, but I want to go back to that because over the past 13 years, if we really think about it, your business has developed as the social media wave has developed and increased and the options have become greater. How adaptable has your model been to accepting social media as part of your marketing plan?
I mean, incredibly adaptable, right? I mean, I think, you know, and I would say that for any business. I mean, listen, if you don't recognize it as a tool to reach your clients, then you're missing the boat. The fact is, most people are consumed by their smartphone and their on desktop devices. So if you're not in the game, you're missing out. And for our product, I mean, listen, we sell wine, spirits, and beer, and a whole lot more. But for us to be able to tap that avenue and to make it accessible 24 hours a day from your couch or your office, I mean, it's all good.
In the opening to this segment, I mentioned your passion for your products and the people you not only work with, but the people you sell your products to. Mm-hmm. If you could sum up maybe one thing that you enjoy most about what you do every day, what would that be? What's the one thing you enjoy most about working with the people and selling the types of products you sell?
Oh, what a great question. It's hard to just pick one thing. I'm blessed to be in a space where I'm able to work with a group of people who have a relentless desire to keep learning, growing, and doing. And so for that, it inspires me and challenges me. And in turn, I always speak of your coworkers, your customers and clients, and then your community. And for us, we have a direct line with our hand on the lever for all three. And when you align all three of those, there's enormous leverage. And that really just fuels the passion that we have from the beginning.
It's like your 3 C's to success.
Yes.
Right there, Michael Bray.
Branded.
Listen, I want to thank you for sharing your thoughts on the M4 Big Money Question.
Thanks, Joe.
So there you have it. Passion Vines Wine and Spirit Company founder Michael Bray's passionate answer to the M4 Big Money Question. Sounds like a perfect blend of success in management, marketing, money, and media. Welcome back. On today's business drill, we will stick with today's theme of wine and spirits and discuss a few ways to help create a spirited business environment. Here are a few basic tips and strategies on ways to build, develop, and maintain a spirited business. What does it mean to have a spirited business? It means it is a business that is engaged with its customers and the community, a place where the people that work for the business give their all because they believe in the business and the culture of the business. It is a place where the business and the people in it are fully alive. Pour yourself into the business. No matter who you are or what you do, you need to fully engage in your business, not only because you set the tone for the business, but being present allows you to see what is happening day to day. There is no substitute for seeing what is going on firsthand. The ability to make meaningful decisions that can positively affect your business requires your presence. Explore your region and beyond. Some of the best wines, spirits, and beers can be made locally. So do not underestimate the value of local people, places, and products to help to create a spirited business. However, researching, searching, and exploring beyond your regional market also has the potential to bring new ideas to your spirited business. Capture creative creations and conversations. New ideas and concepts can be created at any time. Many times, valuable ideas and potential concepts are lost and never get acted on if they are not captured. Perhaps set up certain perks or benefits for those employees that both come up with the new ideas and also those employees that record and report the idea. Sometimes the encouragement of supporting suggested new ideas and recognizing the value of other members championing the idea is all it takes to maintain a spirited business. Add some unique flavor. While there will always be a customer and even employees that are satisfied with the status quo, there is a growing market that yearns for variety, choices, and different experiences. A spirited business follows trends and adds and subtracts elements as needed to keep the feeling of uniqueness to attract new customers while still balancing the expectations of existing customers. A spirited business has the ability to create lifetime value by focusing on unique experiences. So let's take a moment to review today's drill. Number 1, pour yourself into the business. Number 2, explore your region and beyond. Number 3, capture creative creations and conversations. And number 4, add some unique flavor. So there you have it. 4 quick tips, strategies, and some things to consider when attempting or creating or mixing up a spirited business for this week's Business Drill. Buckle up, viewers. Here's this week's Word on the Street. Hey, this is Joe Molyneux here in Atlantic City with South Jersey Business with Joe Molyneux, and we are very excited to announce the ribbon cutting of Stockton University's Atlantic City campus. As one of 50,000 alumni, this couldn't be a better day to celebrate what will be the future of education here in Atlantic City. We'll be catching up with a number of dignitaries as well as business people and educators on the importance of this day. We're here with Brian Jackson, Chief Operating Officer of Stockton's Atlantic City campus. Brian, can you talk about the significance of what this means, not just for Stockton, but for the entire region?
Absolutely. Having Stockton plant itself in Atlantic City is really a game changer for the entire region, not just for the city of Atlantic City. To have thousands of students, faculty, staff, and employees of South Jersey Industries moving in later this fall is reinvigorating a part of the city that historically has had a lot of energy to it. So we're really excited to be able to extend our roots from the Pinelands of Galloway to the shores of Atlantic City.
Brian, I want to thank you for all you do, and good luck in the future. This is going to be a very bright future for Atlantic City and Stockton University.
All right, thank you, Joe.
Thank you. Hey, we're here with Joe Lauflad, Director of Telecommunications and Network Infrastructure here at Stockton University. Joe, can you share your thoughts on the importance of this day in Stockton education and history?
Absolutely. This day is so important, not only to Stockton history, but also to the city of Atlantic City. What this is doing for this part of the city is just revitalizing the area. I actually just talked to a couple real estate agents that were down here. They're all excited about the increase in real estate value, but this is just a wonderful project for the city.
There you have it, Joe Lauflad's take on the economic impact of Stockton, Atlantic City. We're here with Donna Albano, Associate Professor of Tourism and Hospitality Management at Stockton University. Donna, I can tell by the smile on your face this is a great day for Atlantic City and your program specifically. Can you talk about that connection that's going to be stronger now within the industry and your students thanks to this project?
Absolutely. We're absolutely thrilled. Our program is primarily housed here with three full-time faculty, offices here as well. So a whole boatload of classes. Our students live here, learn here, and work here. So living, learning, earning is our motto here in Atlantic City. Our partners are excited. Our internship employers are excited. Our students are beyond excited. They're giving tours right now to some of their rooms that are beachfront views. So yes, it's a really great day for Stockton.
Your energy is infectious, and I want to thank you for all you do to make a project like this even better than it is today.
My pleasure, Dad. You're always in our corner promoting us, and I appreciate that.
Thank you very much. We're here with Bill Elliott, who has a very unique Stockton community connection. Bill, can you talk a little bit about that, please?
We're the Hero Campaign for Designated Drivers is headquartered at Stockton. Harvey and the board have been gracious in giving us some space there to operate from, and of course we've grown immensely over the last 10 years, and so we look forward to that connection. But this is beautiful, being on the beachfront. Even though we're not going to be here, all the students are, and we think we'll come here for some meetings. But I just want to thank Harvey and Chris Catching and Pedro Santana are on our board, so we're expecting big things in the future, and we're part of Stockton.
I want to thank you for everything you do to keep our community safer. Thank you very much, Bill.
Okay, thank you, Joe.
We're here with Harvey Kesselman, without whose hard work this project would not be possible. It was a great day here for Stockton University. Harvey, can you talk about the significance, not just for you personally and for the city, but for the entire region and the state of New Jersey?
Well, to build a new campus, I think we're the first new campus in years in the state of New Jersey that was built from ground up in an area that needed an economic boost. And part of being designated as an anchor institution was to do just that. Can you provide educational opportunity at an affordable price, okay, in an area that absolutely needs it and yearns it? And this magnificent turnout, and you could hear speaker after speaker after speaker with the same theme of government working together, nonpartisan, everyone working together with one clear vision. And when you do that, great things can happen. It happened on time, under budget. Residents of the cities will benefit for hundreds of years, and for Stockton to be back home, okay, where it started 47 years ago, is nothing short of amazing. And we're thrilled to be part of this, and we're thrilled to have the support of the community.
As one of 52,000 alumni, I want to personally thank you for your past, present, and future leadership of this fine university.
Thank you. Nothing makes me prouder to have been there at the beginning and here, seeing the extraordinary growth in the Galloway campus. You know, we're not even talking about that, but we just added 2 new buildings there. It's not like we stopped building there. Stockton has always been destined to be great, and we are reaching that pinnacle as we speak. And nothing, okay, that Ospreys soars. And Ospreys, remember, are known for their vision, okay? And Stockton has a great vision.
Thank you very much for spending time with us today. Thank you.
Always.
Thank you.
The crew here at South Jersey Business appreciates those of you that tune into the show each week. From time to time, we receive questions from our viewers, and we always do our best to respond to your inquiries. So it's time for Q&A. And here's this week's question. Dear South Jersey Business, I own my own small retail business and would like to bring my dog to the store with me. I like the idea of having my furry friend with me all day, but should I worry about any problems with customers that may occur? That's a good question. Your concerns of what could potentially go wrong with bringing your 4-legged friend to work are understood and should be addressed. Some people, and perhaps your customers, have a fear of dogs. Your canine companion could be the kindest, gentlest dog ever, but that would not change the mind of someone that, for whatever reason, is deathly afraid of dogs. I was in a store this week, and a dog had a potential problem with a customer. The customer was outside and refused to come into the store. Ultimately, the customer walked away when the storekeeper did not respond quickly enough. That being said, I am a dog person and I love dogs. I will have to trust that your dog is good around people and has not had any issues in the past. Here are a few quick thoughts for you to consider with customers that may not totally dig the idea of a retail dog. Number 1. Perhaps have a fun sign on the door letting customers know there is a dog inside that loves humans. Number 2, as the dog owner and shop owner, be aware of where the dog is at all times and try to keep it close to you. Number 3, have a comfortable space or cage for your dog if you need to contain the dog at a customer's request. The customer should appreciate the gesture and effort. Number 4, always reward your dog and the customer with treats. Thanks for reaching out. I hope that helps answer your question. We'll be right back. Well, that's the show. We had an informative discussion with Michael Bray, founder of Passion Vines Wine and Spirits Company with locations in Summers Point and Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. We answered a question and even learned a few tips on creating a spirited business during our business drill. Once again, thank you to Stockton University and everyone that makes this program possible. Let's do it again next week. And until then, let's get growing, South Jersey. Thanks for watching.